Have you ever felt like time is slipping through your fingers, and no matter how hard you work, you are still losing the people who matter most? You are not alone. Right now, somewhere in this city, a father is coming home late again, and his child is lying awake, wondering if tonight will be the night dad finally sits down with him. If that pain feels familiar, if you've ever promised tomorrow one too many times, stay with me. This story might just break your heart open and put it back together stronger. Rajesh was the kind of father every child deserves, and every man tries to become. At 45, he worked 12, sometimes 14-hour days in a small manufacturing unit in Mumbai so that Aryan and Meera would never know hunger or the fear of rent being late. He believed that love meant providing. That sacrifice meant strength. But every evening when he dragged himself through the door, Aryan would run to him, only to see his father's eyes already heavy with sleep. "Papa, how was your day?" Aryan would ask softly. "Tiring, beta." "Go finish your homework," Rajesh would reply, kissing his son's forehead before collapsing on the couch. Aryan never complained. But every night, as he lay in his small bed, he carried a quiet question in his young heart. "Does Papa even have time left for me?" You see, our minds trick us. We think I am doing this for them. But deep down, our children don't measure love by the things we buy. They measure it by the minutes we give. And that truth was about to break Rajesh in the most beautiful way. One Thursday evening, Rajesh came home a little earlier than usual. He sat at the dining table, rubbing his temples. Aryan watched him from the doorway, heart beating fast. He had been thinking about this for weeks. "Papa," Aryan said, walking closer. "Can I ask you something?" Rajesh smiled tiredly. "Of course, beta. How much money do you make in 1 hour?" Rajesh was surprised. "Why do you ask that, Aryan?" "Please, Papa. Just tell me." Rajesh sighed. "About 100 rupees an hour, son." "Why?" Aryan's eyes lit up with quiet determination. He ran to his room and came back with something in his small hands. He placed a crisp 100 rupee note on the table, all the savings he had collected over months from gifts and pocket money. "Papa, I want to buy 1 hour of your time. Can you please eat dinner with me tonight, just us?" For a moment, the room was completely silent. Rajesh stared at that 100 rupee note, and then at his son's hopeful eyes. Something inside him shattered. All the late nights, all the tomorrows, all the times he told himself he was building a better future while the present was quietly disappearing. Tears began rolling down Rajesh's weathered face. He pulled Aryan into his arms and held him tight, sobbing like a child. "Beta, you don't have to buy my time," he whispered. "I'm so sorry. Papa has been so foolish." That night, they ate dinner together slowly. No phone. No rush. Aryan told his father about school, about his cricket dreams, about the fear he felt when Papa came home too tired to talk. Rajesh listened, really listened, for the first time in years. And in that simple meal, both of them felt something they had almost forgotten: connection. Later that night, as they sat on the small balcony, Rajesh asked his son, "Why did you do this, Aryan?" Aryan looked up at the stars. "Because I miss you, Papa." I know you work hard for us, but I just want you here. Rajesh felt the full weight of those words. He had been trading the most precious thing he owned, time, for money he thought would protect his family. But the one thing his family needed most was him. Present. This is the silent tragedy of so many of us. We run on a treadmill of busyness, believing we'll have time later. But time doesn't wait. And the people we love, they grow up. They grow distant. Or sometimes they are no longer there. The Buddha taught that time is not something we own, it is something we are given. He reminded us that this life is like a flash of lightning. Beautiful. Brief. Gone before we fully grasp it. He said, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Rajesh finally understood. All his striving, all his exhaustion, had pulled him away from the only moment that truly matters now. You and I do the same thing. We scroll. We worry. We chase the next goal. While our parents age. Our children wait. Our own hearts quietly break for connection. The real value of time is not measured in rupees or dollars. It is measured in presence, in listening, in showing up when it matters. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, who is waiting for your time? Who have you been promising later to? Because one day, you won't be able to buy that hour back. Not for any amount of money. Rajesh never forgot that 100 rupee note. It became his most valuable possession, not because of what it could buy, but because of what it taught him. You still have time. Not infinite time. But enough time if you choose to use it wisely. Reach out to that person today. Put down the phone. Sit with your child, your parent, your partner. Listen. Laugh. Be there. You are not alone in this struggle. And you are not too late. There is still beauty waiting in the moments you decide to protect. May you find the courage to choose presence. And may that choice heal something deep inside you tonight.